And welcome back to part 19 of What If Mikoto Uchiha Adopted Naruto Uzumaki. To wrap up what we did in the last chapter real quick, we had gone through the 3-year training arc. What Naruto has learned at that time is he's got better control over the Fox's chakra, can still only do the 3 tails, but he's got better control over that now than he did in the original canon. So instead of being near mindless, he's at least aware and can kind of communicate still. He added 1 Winjutsu to his arsenal. Really, it's not actually a Winjutsu. I just made up the Winjutsu. If you remember the Sage technique that I believe it was Shima used, where she basically enhanced her tongue with Sage Chakra and used like as a cutting effect, I basically made a Winjutsu like that for him. So he got 1 new Winjutsu. Summoning wasn't a real big thing. He got the Great Ball Rasengan down without too much difficulty. And more importantly, he's now learned the water, not the water jutsu, but the water element. So he's added I believe it's Raging Torrent, which is the basic one. Water Wall, Water Dragon, and I believe I gave him another one, and I'll admit, I can't remember off the top of my head what that one was. Water Prison? Oh, no. Water Vortex. The one that the one that he beat Zabuza with. So, yeah, he has those. He has Sage mode now, and he's Master Sage mode. Just as Jiraiya has. Jiraiya has mastered it in response as well. So they both have Mastered Sage mode, which will probably play a big factor later down the road. Naruto has also learned to integrate Wind Chakra into the Rasengan, creating the Wind, just the Wind Rasengan, and the Rasen Shuriken. That was pretty much mastered by the end of his training period. He hadn't gotten around yet to doing water because water was a new element for him. So water Rasengan's going to have to hold for a little bit. And he's probably worked out some collaboration jutsus with his water chakra and wind chakra. But beyond that, we get back to Jiraiya and Naruto heading back to the village. And yes, Naruto's getting that goddamn Sage Cloak. Why would you introduce that badass look for him, which was basically indicative of both them being now a Master Sage and kind of reminiscent of his dad, and then throw that out like the baby with the bathwater? Why the hell, Kishimoto, sorry. Why Kishimoto? Why Kishi? Why did you do it? It was a great look. She should have kept the look. Well, I dig. Anyway, he's getting the look here. No arguments from anyone. Which I doubt anyone would really argue that. Most people agree with that he should have kept that look. I digress. So, but I'm sure. Naruto makes it back to the village. Obviously, they've got Grandmaster Nai's named face to the mountain. He goes, "Hello, Kono, I'm home." And, the first one to actually see him up there is, like in the original, Sakura. Now, Sasuke and Sakura aren't always together, obviously, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't be there or would be there. He's not there for right now. It's like, Naruto, oh, Sakura, wow, you look great. And it's like, oh, thanks. You think I look more womanly? As she kind of said. Now, here's the question. Would Naruto make the same comment he did originally? It's like, yeah, you haven't changed a bit, you jerk. Or would he actually say, would he actually be at least a bit more astute and be like, oh, yeah, you look like you've grown. Actually, I could say this. I think Naruto would at least say, you look like you've grown a lot stronger, Sakura. And I think that'd be enough for Sakura to be like, yes. Now, has Sakura been apprenticing under Tsunade this entire time? I will say yes. I do think she did the apprenticeship under her. I do think so. I think that the circumstances allowed her to do that. In the anime, in the fillers, there was a mission before. There was a filler mission that happened before she actually became Tsunade's apprentice. In the original, I think she just became Tsunade's apprentice. So, take that for what it's worth. But either way, yes, I do believe she becomes Tsunade's apprentice. Sasuke had been training under both his mother and Kakashi, so he had that benefit as well. And then, obviously, Konohamaru kind of shows up. Now, I need to take that back a little bit, because I assumed that Konohamaru would show up. But now that I'm saying it out loud, because I haven't said it out loud until just now, he doesn't really have that much of a relationship with Konohamaru. So, yeah, there's really no Konohamaru. Although Konohamaru could show up if you wanted him to. He's heard about Naruto, everything Naruto's done. So He knows he's a pretty powerful ninja. I suppose you could have him show up, but in this version, I don't think so. Either way, it's like, wait, how's Sasuke? How you been? How's Sasuke been? I know. I should really check in now. Now it's just kind of just blathering off. It's like, it's like, you still haven't, after 3 years, you really haven't changed that much, kids. Like, of course not. I gotta go check out how Sasuke and Mom are doing. It's like, don't bother, dweeb. God. 3 years and you still get excited over nothing. Sasuke pops down, except he's not in an Anbu getup, but he is in a Jonin getup. Although, really, I don't really see Sasuke wearing the Jonin vest, really, like the uniform. I see him probably wearing something that's a combination of his Orochimaru, no, not even an Orochimaru outfit, his Taka outfit, where he was working with the Akatsuki, and maybe the outfit he had after the Chunin exams, that black outfit he had, something akin to that, where maybe the shirt's the same, but he's for some reason got not the exact same belt he wore, which was basically from the sound, but something akin to that. Plus what was he wearing? He was wearing pants. And he was wearing like a bottom, not a dress. I actually don't know what he was wearing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can visualize what he was wearing. I don't know the name of what he was wearing. Hold on, Sasuke. Sasuke. Okay. Let me just see if I can find an image real quick. Let's see. What was he? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm getting a perfectly good look at it. So he's wearing this high collared, open zipper V-neck, semi short sleeve, goes about down to my elbow. Then he's also got the belt, as I said. He's probably wearing something akin to that. He's got the sword, as he normally does. Sandals. He's got pants, but what the hell is he wearing over the pants? It's like if you were to wear your sweater over tie your sweater around your waist. I mean, it's not that, but that's exactly what it looks like, minus the sleeves. What the hell is he wearing? Anyone know what that is? But it's boggling my mind right now. What is that? Anyway. So it's like, Sasuke, you better have gotten stronger, dweebs, because I'm going to want a rematch. You better believe it, duck butt. I'm not the same guy. You better be careful, nerd. I'm not the same guy as before. As he kind of cracks his neck and shows off that his curse mark is gone. Wait, what? Your curse mark's gone? Wait, how? How did you? And then he realized, wait, when you left all a while back, was that what's wrong? Indeed, it was, Brett. But he wasn't the first candidate. I knew you wouldn't want me to use your brother as the guinea pig. Luckily, thanks to that little excursion from the sound, we had a few willing participants. Flashback to when Kidomaru and Tayuya were still being held hostage. But at this point now, and this was several years back. Well, maybe not several years, but like a year ago, roughly speaking. So, give or take a month. So, they're still held captive, but their treatment has been a lot more. Their treatment hasn't been anywhere near as bad because they have actually been cooperative. They've been because they contemplate what Naruto kind of basically said to them. It's like, yeah, you basically Orochimaru didn't care about you. If he was going to kill you for just getting caught, what does that say about him? It's like, everything Naruto said in the last chapter. Was it the last chapter or the previous? No, it was the last chapter. I had to remember which one I did it in. They had timed them all over, and it's like they still don't trust the Leaf completely, but he wasn't wrong. As Kidomaru even said in that chapter, it's like he wasn't wrong. So they've been helping to a certain degree, and they've been allowed certain liberties. They're not allowed to leave the village, and they're not even allowed outside. But they're still bound with chakra, but they're not like handcuffed or anything. They're allowed some time outside, so long as they have supervision and stuff like that. So it was improving for them, and that's when Jiraiya shows up and says, It's like, how would you guys like a new lease on life? And it's like, what do you mean? Just as I said, we can give you a new life in the village. The village start you out, given your rank, start you out at least tuning, and by time you can make new lives for yourselves. I'll even throw in the clincher. A new life would avoid of anything related to Orochimaru. And Taiyo just laughs like, unless you can get rid of these stupid marks, that's not going to happen. I doubt you can, old man. And then Jiraiya just looks at him. Oh, you willing to make a bet on that? if I can remove them today, you swear this blood oath that you will not harm the village in any way, but you'll also be granted everything I just said. So now he's there, and obviously Amuro there's it's like, all right. And Chayu's just like, all right, old man. She just signs in her blood. I'm game. Let's see what do we get. Otherwise we'll let you go scot free. Or basically he offers himself something that they'd be willing to, go for. And basically just like, all right, now to be honest, this is the first time I tried this on anyone. But if my calculation's correct, and there usually are, this should work. And as he puts on, they can feel chalk going, and he's like, oh wait, this feels a little weird. Yeah, this might hurt a bit. And then he actually just kind of pulls out, just pulls his hands up, and the seal's actually coming off of, they actually see the seal and like a string of chakra, like a big, almost looks like taffy of chakra coming off their shoulders. Just, and then it's like, oh, you old son of a bitch, I am going to wreck you. And she tries channeling, and and I bet even tries to, I'll release your chakra restraints for a little bit. And then he releases them a bit beforehand. It's like, I'm going to kill you. She tries to channel chakra from the curse seal, and she realizes that nothing's happening. What? And then Kitamaro, who's also obviously, wait, he's Tayuya, your seal. Is it what? And then oh yeah, you need this. And she takes a mirror that he gives, and she's, David, it's gone. And while I'm certain it wasn't the cause of their personalities or loyalty, I do believe that we do know that the curse mark has a level of influence on you. So they feel some sort of weight lifted off of their, didn't even mean to make this pun, but lifted off of their shoulders. And they're just, it's gone. It's like, I gotta admit, I feel cleaner for some reason. Well, that's good to know. But because of the contract you signed, you gotta live with your end of the bargain. And Tayu's just like, well, I didn't actually think you could do it, but honestly, your end of the bargain isn't that bad. So yeah, we'll join your village. Oh, it wasn't my village. Oh, and then Tsunade actually asked, oh, it wasn't our village you were gonna join. It's like, wait, what? You're just gonna send us up? No, you said we have a new neighboring ally, and he's looking for recruits. It'd be a fresh start for everyone. Fresh start for him, fresh start for you. What do you say? It's right. All right. Who's the guy and who's the guy and where's the village? And all of a sudden they feel some killing intent because he just decided to do that for fun. And in walks Zabuza Momochi in his new Kage robes. Although I think Zabuza would probably do like a Kensei from Bleach and just take the sleeves off. Honestly, he'd look a lot cooler. With his sword in his bag, like, that'd be me, brats. You're looking at the new Name Cotton. Name is wave, if I'm not mistaken. Name Kaze. It's like, no, and you're gonna be some of our newest some of the newest recruits of the village hidden in the waves. Unless you got a problem with that. And they can just feel the glee coming off him. It's like, please have a problem with that. It's like, and they don't have their curse marks anymore. And even if they did, Zabuza is no joke, and they're aware who Zabuza is, and they're both like, no, we're good. Good. So we're going to be heading out in a few minutes. And thus, they are now part of the Hidden Wave Village. So, cut back to the present, they explain what happened, and then afterwards, Sasuke got his taken off by Jiraiya. Wow, that's awesome. How's Mom and Kakashi and everyone been doing? Mom and Kakashi are good. It's kind of awkward around them, to be honest. Wait, awkward how? And Sasuke's like, well... And then Sasuke realized that, why don't we let Kakashi, why don't we let one of them tell you? He's hoping it's Kakashi because of what's gonna go on. But meanwhile, they're walking through the village, and they're just like, I guess I should go report to Lady Tsunade. I'm sure Naruto does call her Tsunade from time to time. I just said that because of habit. I guess I should go to report to the Hokage. Yeah, let's go, Brad. But they're walking through, and it's like, oh, Naruto. Is that Naruto? So it is. And Naruto hears Shikamaru's voice, but here's another voice. It's like, Shikamaru. And Naruto sees Temari there after all this time. I'll admit, this is the part that I always kind of get the mix-up on when things took place. Pretty sure that he met Shikamaru and Temari before he went to Tsunade, because Tsunade had, Tsunade met up with Sakura and Naruto and Kakashi there to test him. And then the test happened. So if I remember correctly, he did meet Shikamaru and Temari beforehand. It's like, Shikamaru, Shikamaru, how are you? And then, obviously, again, going back to him seeing Temari. It's like, Temari! And it's not like he doesn't like just go, I missed you. It's like, no, but it's like, he walks up to her because, he hasn't seen her in 3 years. And she's very happy to see him. She's like, Naruto, it's good to see you. And it's like, it's been a long time. How have you been? Like, I'm fine, man. Why? But not that. And I know I'm stuttering too, but I can imagine Naruto's a little overexcited. He's like, not that I'm upset to see you, but what are you doing in the Leaf Village? He's like, I'm here for the tuning exams. Oh, the tuning seemed a long ago. Wait, Shikamaru, are you a tuning? Yeah, and this girl, and Neji and her brother are joning. And Sasuke actually is the one too. It's like, wait, Sasuke is joning? Wait, I'm still getting. And then obviously hearing Gaara, and Temari laughs at him because this is the first time he always acted really cool and everything around her and pretty awesome. And now she's seeing this more like the kid side of him still play out as a teenager, and she's finding it both adorable and funny and adorable. It's like, oh God, God, he really is full of surprises. And say, well, I got to go meet up with the Hokage, but Temari, if you're still around afterwards, would you like to get something to eat and catch up? And it's like, and Temari's just like, I'd like that. And then Shikamaru can see the blush on both their faces just a little bit. It's like, troublesome blondes. What'd you say? Like, nothing. Nothing. God, it's such a drag. Yeah, his catchphrase is troublesome in the Japanese, but I always liked what a drag better in the American dub. That really did just seem to roll off better. What a drag. Anyway, so he meets up with Hokage, Shikamaru, Sasuke, Sakura. That's a problem when you have so many S names in your group. Sakura, Sasuke, Shikamaru. I think that's all of them within the Leaf that I remember because it's Rock Lee. Shino. I forgot Shino. Yeah, there's 5 S names in there. God. Start having to say all of them back to back gets really troublesome. Oh God, now I'm doing it. That one didn't come out. That wasn't on purpose. That came out by accident. Anyway, he's meeting up with the Hokage. And, he's saying, like, we like to test how strong you've gotten over the last few years. This time it's Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke. And as I always do, it's guys there to help test because there's no way Kakashi can take all 3 of them on without killing them at any rate. And guys there as well. And I'd even throw Ozma in there or maybe Mikoto. Actually, Mikoto I think would be the better option because someone gave me a little bit of flack for forgetting Mikoto was there saying, you need to tighten up, dude. And, tighten up the script. And even if he sees this again, I'm sure he'll say it again. It's like, oh, I'm only doing this for your benefit. It's like, I get it. And I'll admit I had forgotten she was there. To be 100% fair, though, even though I had forgotten she was there, I first off added a little bit of what she would have been adding to the fight anyway. But furthermore, I don't know if she would have actually added much to the fight overall. Big part of that is because we just don't know a lot of her abilities. I have to make stuff up for her, quite frankly. So we know she probably has a Sharingan. She probably is a master of fire jutsu, or at least very confident being a Jonin. And she was probably a master of the Shuriken Jutsu as she offered to teach Sasuke that. That's little we know and what we could speculate. Anyway, it's like, Mom, Kakashi, yeah, Sasuke says it's kind of awkward around you guys. Why is that? Kakashi's now just realized, he forgot that this is awkward. Well, you and your mom and me, it's like Kakashi found it easy to explain to Sasuke because Sasuke was there for them basically getting together. Yes, I have paired Kakashi and Mikoto up. And honestly, that would actually make a lot of sense when you think about it. If they were alive, mind you. Or if she was alive. Honestly, side note real quick. I actually thought it would have been cool if he had gotten married to the 5th Mizukage. I think him and Mei could have made a really cool couple. But, whatever. So, Kakashi is like, oh, well, me and your mom. Or it's like, you and my mom what? And for some reason, despite being surprisingly smooth when it comes to Temari and stuff, he's not putting it together. And also, Makoto's just smiles like, oh, honey, you're adorable when you're flushing. And she gives him a kiss on the cheek and he's blushing. It's like, what? And now Naruto's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, your mom and I are kind of dating. I was like, wait, how long has this been going on? And even Sasuke's like, oh god, it feels like forever. Oh, you've only been dating for a year, honey. It's not that big a deal. And then Naruto's just like, target locked on Kakashi. Well, I know who I'm going after. And Kakashi suddenly feels a lot of killing intent coming up. Naruto's like, Mikoto, could you maybe switch? He's like, no, don't think I will. Since I've been helping train Sasuke, I think at least my starting goal will be for Sakura. And Sakura's just like, seeing as you've been aiming for my son for years, let me see if you're actually worthy of my little boy. And all of a sudden Sakura can feel motherly killing intent. He's like, meanwhile, guys looking at Sasuke, and I wish to test myself against the youthful Uchiha prodigy of my rival. Like, oh, come! And it's not so much killing intent as the power of youth. And even Sasuke's like, what have we gotten ourselves into? Can we just fail? I'd rather go back to being a genin. Oh god. So the match begins. Now, I've now reached the point when doing these what ifs that trying to go into detail of what's going on, it's fun, but it's a lot, and it doesn't matter because the result's always the same. They're going to end up winning. So to further the story. So we're just going to cut to the aftermath of that, where they have won, using Kakashi's weakness against them with the book, which got Mikoto upset. Like, look, I only use it for inspiration, honey, really. It's like, ugh. It's like, well, I do love the inspiration you give. And she decides to freak out the kids over and say, well, I guess it does pay off because that's a lot of inspiration it must give you. She kind of whispers in his ear, and he blushes again. And now Naruto and Sasuke are just like, oh god, mom, no. Oh god. I was like, oh, sorry, honey. It's like, it's been so long since I had such a good, kind man in my life, and she's playing up the fact that obviously her and Kakashi get it on, and she's playing it up because she knows it's gonna freak her kids out. It's like, it's like, I mean, let's be honest. If your mom, if for some reason you and you were on really good terms with your mom, you had a good relationship, she was dating a new man, you were okay with it, but then she started bragging about their sex life in front of you, you'd be going all iwi too a little bit. Unless you got a really weird relationship, in which case that's your prerogative. I don't agree with it, but whatever. Well, trust me, I actually have about half siblings, and they're older than I am by a good margin. For anyone who's wondering, I'm 30. And they're like good 20 years older than me, and they brag to my dad about it, and my dad's just like, nope. So it goes both ways. But there's a little in-depth information of my life. So anyway, the match ends, and Naruto meets up with Temari, who's obviously still there. Now, she had left. We don't know when she left the village, because she met them halfway. She was already out of her way on the village, but she meets up with Temari, and they smile, and they give a nice, affectionate hug. It's obviously, they still have attraction for each other. And they're going to see, okay, can something come of this? Can we make something out of this relationship? Here's hoping we can. So they go down, and it's like, Naruto says, well, I can't say I have too much money, but I still got enough to save up for a decent meal. Doesn't have to be Ichiraku if you don't want. It's been probably our first date since the tuning exams. To which Temari kind of says, oh, it's a date now, is it? It's like, oh, and then Naruto fires back, oh, do you not want it to be a date? It doesn't have to be a date if you don't want it. And then Temari immediately grabs his hand, grabs his arms, like, he's like, nope, you said it. No takes backsies. It's like, yes, ma'am. And they have a laugh. Like, oh, well, and then they suggest a place. Not Ichiraku. I'm just going to throw it. They go for like Dango. Oh, Dango would be a good idea. Luckily, they don't run into Anko there. And they're catching up, and they're having a fun time. And Naruto's like, I want to take you someplace. And then takes her to the Hokage's, the fourth Hokage's head. And they can see the whole village lit up, and it's very nice. And a lot of fanfics I've read, I've read my fair share, they always kind of depict the fourth Hokage's head as like Naruto's special spot to just kind of look at the village and be away from things. I like that idea, so I'll insert that. Every once in a while, I'll insert a little headcanon in there, or fandom canon, if you will. So, they're enjoying it, and she's kind of snuggled up to him. It's a little cool. It's chilly at night. It's not like winter or anything, but it's a little cool. And Naruto's like, Naruto's just, enjoying it. And they're chatting about how it's like, I've been wondering if I'd run it back into you again ever since the whole thing with the sand. It's like, yeah, I was wondering that too, but I always knew we'd run into each other again. It's like, and Temari just, kind of looks up and is like, I was kind of worried you might hate us for everything. No, I understand why it happened. And I know that you tried your best, and it's all we can ever do, and it wasn't your fault. And it's like you were, it's like, you really are a wonderful person. You're probably the most wonderful man I've ever met in my life. And it's like, yeah, well, it's like, you're not too bad. You're not too bad yourself. Or more or less, like, you're pretty wonderful too, Temari. And then, this time she's not letting him take the initiative. She's like, nope, I want a kiss and I want it now. And she just goes in for the kiss, and Naruto's a little surprised by the aggressiveness, but at the same time, not saying no. And then, they have a nice moment up on the tower. So she says she has to go in the morning. And it's like, nah, I understand that. It's like, talk to you again. Well, make sure to stay in touch. And they actually says, wait, I got an idea. And then he gives her a scroll. It's like, if you ever want to send messages, because I'm sure he would have learned a little bit of sealing. Pulls out a scroll. It's a little messenger scroll with a seal on there. Channel some chakra into this. It's while you can't, it can summon a toad. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, I have the Sodoming contract. It's like, oh, that's right, you do. It only summons one particular toad. He's a messenger toad. Oh, if you want to stay in touch, we can do it that way. It's like, Tamara's like, I like that idea. And she gives another kiss for, the great idea. Oh, word of warning, have treats on hand. These guys they have a massive sweet tooth. or these guys just are addicted to junk food. It's like, oh, really? That's weird. It's like, so they have a laugh, and they go their own way. And then Gar gets captured. Enter the morning where Team 7's about to have their first mission. And then it's now the Gar retrieval arc. So that is where we're leaving this off. Again, a little all over the place, I'll admit, but trust me, I know where the story is going. So it's not about writing a script out. I get the idea, and I get the reasoning behind that. And sometimes, like with the crossover one I'm doing with Pokemon Hero, I have to write a script out. Most of the time I don't. I just need to know where the story is going, the specific plot points. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hit that bell if you want notifications. The bell's down there. Why do I always do that? Hit that bell if you want notifications. I know why. Because the notification bell is actually in the top corner there of your YouTube screen. So that's why you can always do that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks next time. Later.